Hello, my name
Hi.
is Chris Akinrenade, and this is my wife Tashina.
Hey.
We are both alumni of Drexel University, class of 2012. We were freshmen in 2007, graduated in 2012 from a 5-year program, both business majors. We actually live in New York now, but we met in Philadelphia at Drexel, and we're part of the gospel choir there. Um, and we actually became involved in Baptist campus ministries probably during our sophomore year, around '08 to '09 ish, um, and really had a really rewarding and fulfilling experience with Baptist campus ministries. And so we actually became involved through mutual friends from the Drexel University Gospel Choir who invited us to a couple of events and leadership meetings of the student organization that they were a part of called Disciples Indeed. Now, Disciples Indeed was started many years ago by students that were also part of the Drexel University Gospel Choir, but sort of died out. And so Brian Musser, the Baptist campus minister at Drexel, encouraged certain students to bring it back and to continue facilitating its operations and doing events with it. And so some of those students inspired us and invited us to come to some of the meetings, and we attended for a while, and then wound up becoming part of the leadership of the organization throughout the rest of our careers at Drexel um, and beyond even. And so partially we were drawn to the student organization just because some of our friends were in it, but aside from that, we were both Christians and knew that it was a really good idea to serve Jesus on our campus and to be involved in the mission that Jesus was doing at Drexel University. And Disciples Indeed was a really good outlet for that. And so uh, we joined and played various roles within the organization, and were really blessed as we served our fellow students in hosting Bible studies and doing various events on campus. And we thoroughly enjoyed our time with Disciples Indeed, and it was something that really changed our lives in several meaningful ways.
Yeah. For a couple of years, I served as president of Disciples Indeed. So, in that role, I mainly facilitated vision casting, event planning, and some program development. I think some of the most impactful ways that, um, to me, being president of the organization was really diving into the Word on a regular basis and always being prepared to discuss what I believe. We had this monthly event called Concepts and Core Values, where we would have open discussion on a topic of interest and really explore it through a biblical lens. And I think that event to me sums up the best parts of being a leader in Disciples Indeed. Really diving into the Word on a regular basis, um, prayerfully preparing a ministry oriented event with my friends, with my team, really applying the word in very practical, concrete ways, and then living that out every day on campus.
Um, and so, yeah, it was a really a life changing experience for the both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that uh, within Disciples Indeed, we were familiar with we had been to church for many years growing up, and we're familiar with the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
But college isn't always the most Jesus loving environment, and so really growing into a faith of our own on a more practical level um, was something that being a member of Disciples Indeed and being under Baptist Campus Ministries helped with a lot. So, a few of the ways that happened were discipleship accountability groups. And so, Brian had set up these um, accountability groups where we would meet with our peers and really discuss um, uh, some of the more difficult aspects of the faith from a behavior standpoint, and like, really talking it out, female to female, male to male, what it was that we struggled with and what it was that we could do better at. And it was a uh, very tough conversations stemmed from that, but um, iron sharpening iron made us better people over the years, and that was something that I personally had never really experienced and never really partook in, but that Brian kind of showed us, and a few other things that Brian had did were really engage us um, with the Bible from an intellectual standpoint. And so, growing up, I think I sort of read the Bible, and it was very different and sort of clashed with, some of the things that we knew about the world. But Brian sort of helped us as students to reconcile the two and to know that the God who created the universe was or is a all-intelligent supreme being who masterfully made his creation, and really going through various books like some of Lee Strobel's books like The Case for Christ, and the Case for the Creator really helped us to facilitate our understanding of exactly the finer points behind the Gospels and all of creation, really. And I could go on for a long time, but I think Baptist Campus Ministries really helped us to really sharpen our faith, to really practice our faith on a college campus, and equipped us to be able to share the gospel and to communicate what it is that we know and why we love Jesus beyond our college years. So without it, I think, we just wouldn't really be the same and wouldn't really have that solid knowledge base and experience base in really growing to love Jesus the way that Baptist Campus Ministries sort of helped us to do over those college years. So I really thank Brian Musser and his wife Jennifer for the years of generosity and having us at their house, and even celebrating holidays with us. And I think that every university should really have somebody like that. And so, to whatever extent that you're able to help their ministry, I ask you to please contribute, or do whatever it is that you can to support Baptist Campus Ministries as it supports students like us at Drexel University. Thank you so very much. Bye.
Bye.